Hey everyone, this month's cast party is going to be recorded live on Monday, January 30th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Now I think last week on the show here I said it was going to be on Tuesday, but it's not. Forget what I said last week. It's going to be Monday, January 30th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. I hope I don't cause any confusion. During the last cast party, we had the honor of being joined by one of our awesome patrons. We're going to do that again next cast party, this upcoming one. I also said last week we were going to be able to announce who it was, but because of some scheduling stuff and working out some kinks, we have not yet picked the person, so I'm not ready to announce who that's going to be quite yet, but trust me, somebody will be there. They'll have some cool questions for the cast, and we'll be able to answer those live, and that'll be a lot of fun. Again, that's going to be live on our Complex Action Actual Play YouTube channel on Tuesday. There I go again. On Monday, January 30th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Please be there. See you at the cast party. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play podcast. So apparently the team has stumbled upon a free spirit, not an entirely friendly one either. All of this happening literally moments before they are to infiltrate a compound of militants. Good luck to them, right? Well, listen in now and please enjoy episode 23. Wait, was this part of the plan? So yeah, you notice something that, it catches your eye because it's sort of interesting and like a swirly pattern of something in the trees that you're not quite sure what it is.
I'll probably shift to astral perception at that point to observe this phenomenon.
Yeah, and as soon as you do, you immediately realize your mistake because that lights you up in the astral plane to a plant spirit that is there and was just watching you guys, but now is intensely interested. So you'll want to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay, I go on 14.
All of us or just him?
Probably it would benefit all of you to do that.
13.
Oh, and Bobby, I would just like to point out to draw your attention to TeamSpeak chat where there might be private messages to you. Maybe if someone were to send them, just in case you might not have noticed them. If they might happen from time to time. I'm not referring to anything specific, of course.
But
if
that were to happen, hypothetically, I hypothetically saw it.
Well, that's good, because sometimes I forget to look at the chat when I'm GMing, and I don't notice when people send me private messages. So just in case anyone does send you a private message.
Right. Thanks for the potential heads up.
Because I have this friend who might have sent you a message.
All right. Whoever... Elric, I guess. Well, who's got the lower? No, Elric. Go ahead. Roll your edge. Tell me how many hits you get.
I do get 2 hits on my 3 edge dice.
Okay. All right. Oh wait. Last thing. Hold on. I had to find a plant spirit for this random encounter you guys had.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. You know where they are by now.
Yeah. All right. So the first thing that happens is you get to roll your logic plus, or your willpower plus logic, I think.
All right, I take it this is not a effect that I can use counterspelling to help myself with.
Correct.
I get 3 hits.
All right, so you manage to shrug this off, but the spirit kind of, upon seeing you, immediately becomes alert and kind of exerts its will on you in an attempt to, I guess, scare you away, but you recover quickly from noticing that it's there and manage to shrug that off. Elric, I think, on 15 would be next. Nobody else is before 15?
No.
Or Elric was 14, wasn't he?
I believe he was, because I was 13.
I thought somebody was 15, but I guess I was wrong. Well, then, Elric, you're up
Throwback's 14 as well.
I'm going to assume Throwback would, not be aware.
Oh, yeah, no, if the Plant Spirit has any Wi-Fi, I'd totally hack it. But other than that, I pass my turns.
All right, you back, Cliff?
I am.
All right, you're up. Did you hear what I said? I don't think you were there when
No, I'm sorry. You were figuring stuff out, and I'm like, I can't wait till we break.
Yeah. Basically, I won't go into the explanation again. I'll just give you the implications, which were the spirit failed at doing a fear power on you.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay. I go just in a free action to go prone. I prostrate myself in front of the spirit and say, both the astral as well as physically. Say, "Oh, great spirit of the forest, I bow before you. I do not mean to trespass. Please accept my offering in exchange for safe passage." And I'm going to offer it a point of karma, assuming it's a free spirit, and maybe that will make it not be so angry and wander off.
So you guys see this happen, but Pillar, it's your turn.
I'm sorry. I'm also going to shift to from astral to physical, so this thing can't just snuff me out in an astral space.
Understood.
In shock, I'm going to stand there and do nothing, confused.
Is anybody else going to be doing anything?
I will draw a weapon and hold my action to see if it does anything that requires me to shoot it.
All right. So nobody sees anything yet, by the way, except for Elric drop down and begin pleading to empty darkness. But since no one else is doing anything, you do notice next that this, it's sort of like this spirit. It's sort of maybe like an ent or a treant or something like that. It takes the form of a tree and lots of plants. It just appears. It's got leaves and everything swirling around a little bit, and it settles as it manifests into the physical world, and it says, "What business do you have here?"
I sort of look up a little bit and see that's physically manifesting. Think, oh, that's not good at all. We have business that would be of the business of small, scurrying, moving people of no importance whatsoever. So to the great wisdom of the ancient woods, such as yourself. It does definitely not involve burning down forests, I promise.
The spirit looks and kind of straightens itself up and takes a deep breath if it had a breath to take, and then says, and it's speaking kind of slowly but forcefully and powerfully, it says "You are beings with them," and he points towards where you guys are headed.
Oh, no, we go to scour them from the land, lay ruin to them, for they have cleared away the forest and done horrible things to the natural order in the world, to both beasts and plants. I will try very hard not to burn any plants, not even the grass, if I can help it.
You want to stop them?
Yes, I do. As I said, they are doing unnatural things to things that shouldn't be defiled.
I trust you. You have opened your spirit to me, and I can see that you are not being deceptive.
Yes, please accept this offering of my intention towards you, so that I don't know if it can nourish you from a soul such as my own, but I offer it to you nonetheless, if it will help you, and please know that I mean no harm to you or your lovely forest.
Do you know of the beasts that travel around here?
I do, great lord of the forest. I do. I have my own spirit watching them so that we might avoid them.
They are an affront to the forest. I would be pleased by a sacrifice.
I will see what I can do, but it is of the utmost importance that we not see that they have opportunities to burn more trees.
Indeed. You may go, but be careful and be watchful. These This forest is my home.
Thank you, Great Lord of the Forest. We will do our best to tread lightly and not disturb your home, and leave it a better place than when before we arrived.
He leaves, and he took with you the karma that you offered.
Okay. Elric's gonna shift his attention back to the astral very carefully for a moment, about 30 seconds later.
And it's not there anymore.
Lets out a big sigh of relief and practically collapses to the ground. Oh, can we go home now?
Oh, we haven't even gotten started, little brother. Come on, get up. Let's go.
Vesper says, "What the frag was that?"
It was a spirit guardian of the forest. Plants, they don't like me very much.
Oh my god. You could have mentioned that before we went traipsing through all of these plants.
That is actually a very good point.
Yeah, very correct. Payday chimes in over the radio.
Well, it doesn't come up very often. I don't spend a lot of time around plants because their spirit guardians don't like me very much.
Well, look, the sun's going to be coming up soon. Let's get moving.
Right. I don't think it'll trouble us any longer. As long as try not to break any plants.
She looks down at, the plants that she's standing on right now, and she says, "Are you kidding me?"
I mean, don't knock over trees or do anything that,
Before Elric can finish the sentence, she rolls her eyes and keeps walking.
Part that I'm confused on is it said it wanted a sacrifice. Did it tell Elric to go kill himself?
I think it wanted me to go kill the dogs, but I didn't exactly promise to do that.
I like the idea that it's like, go please die to these spirits. Because the plant spirits hate you, right? That's your negative? Yeah, I think it just told you to go kill yourself.
Well, I'm not going to do that either.
A large patch of poison ivy. Wants to enjoy your discomfort.
Just roll around in it.
All right. Damien, you here?
Oh, sorry. Did you restart the recording?
I did, yeah.
I'm here.
All right, well, let's hit the ground running and see how much of this we can get done before we got to adjourn for the night. So,
all of
I'm
it.
hoping the whole thing.
I hope so.
We have a bulletproof plan. You can just tell us we won. We can just divvy up the rewards now.
Yeah, we can just roll a d6 if you want and call it a night. All right, so you guys are moving up. So with the aid of the fly spy and the spirit that are all watching the hellhounds, you guys are able to reasonably make it to an area where they're not, but you it's not sure how much time you're going to have, and you're at the edge of the woods before the clearing to the fence, and you remember that you were told, and if you don't remember, Vesper will remind you that there are motion sensing floodlights.
Yeah, you guys want me to try to turn those off?
Well, maybe not all of them, but just the ones that we're going to be near. Can you tell which ones those are?
That's a good question. I had asked earlier, do any of you have any sensors or cameras that I'm able to see through, or no?
I can patch you in on the fly spies, but they're mostly tracking the dogs right now.
I've got some goggles on that have, image link and stuff, Bear's vision. So as far as I'm concerned, you can access that, but I wouldn't think of it unless you asked me to give you access.
Yeah, throwback would ask, and then probably show you how.
Okay, I'm going to make a computer test because I have gremlins.
Do you have any ranks in computer? Can I assist you?
I do have ranks.
Let me toss you an assist.
I have a rank. I'm going to assume you got one hit.
I can assume, yeah, you have to throw 12 dice.
I get one hit and I don't glitch, so I assume that's enough to do a basic computer operation.
Sure.
Probably not something someone would normally have to roll for.
Right. So what are you trying to do
But I'm a lot more
again?
likely to glitch.
That was just him giving me access to some of his imaging, so I can physically see what they see. That should make it a lot easier for me to figure out what they need me to hack and when, as opposed to trying to figure it all out via the matrix.
Yeah, when the pop-up comes up that asks you to confirm the request for access, you manage to hit the OK button rather than cancel.
And actually, now that I look at it, I did get 2 1s. So normally I get 7 dice, and that would have been a glitch. But your extra die from the T-Work test prevented me from glitching.
So
I'm like, no, don't go into the control panel settings. You don't. How did you even open that tab?
All right, we made it though. We got it. Nice job, buddy.
Are you sure I don't need to reformat it first?
Yeah, no, we'll worry about that later.
Okay. It's usually telling me I need to reformat. I usually do that at least twice a day.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of junkware on this. This is not good. No, never mind. Focus on the mission. So yeah, I'll take a look and see if I am able to spot the sensors for the floodlights that are in between them and the fence that they want to get over.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. Then yeah, if you guys are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and hack them away and make it so they don't turn on.
Okay, how many of us are on foot?
I'm on foot with a ladder.
The three of us, guns and ladders drawn.
And there's drones following you from Payday, I believe.
Leroy,
Yeah,
why don't you just
great.
stash that there for a sec? And I start waving sort of my hand as if to form symbols in the air and then clap them together. I'm going to cast Levitate on Leroy.
All right. By the way, Guns and Ladders was my favorite childhood board game.
Perfect.
Is that a real game?
Couldn't it still be called Shoots and Ladders?
Yeah, there you go.
I thought Guns and Ladders was what Rob was calling it in an unconventional warfare. This classic board game that one of the NPCs was interested in acquiring. But I might remember it wrong.
All right, Levitate spell on Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy looks pretty big, so I better cast this at a 4/6.
How big do you think I am? Jesus.
You're like packed with cyberware and stuff.
You're larger than life.
Besides, he's toning it down from his usual 4/7.
Well, the Levitate spells I normally don't overcast.
It's like 200 per hit.
That's 3 hits on my Levitate. I can
Apparently
lift up to
600
600
pounds.
kilograms, I think. And move you at 6 meters per combat turn. So I'm going to go ahead and start levitating you over the fence. And I'll give plenty of ample room to make sure I don't send him through the razor wire.
Can I roll something to leave a stash of dog food?
I'm pretty sure that you can drop some dog food. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Right.
Yeah, that might slow them down if they come back through here. They're less likely to smell us.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I
Because you
knew
said
we'd
it was
make
like
everyone's
2
plan work.
fences, right?
What was that, Rob?
It was like 2 fences, right? An inner and an outer.
No, there's only one fence.
Oh, I should also say that I want to approach the camp and time it in such a way, if we can, so that we are closest to the cabin where Hound Man is.
Okay. All right, and you're hacking the light, right? How many hits did you get? Or, well, I'm gonna say for the one light, you can probably buy the hits if you'd like to.
I would love to.
I'm not gonna nitpick all the hacking of little floodlights and everything. They're like rating 1 devices, so.
Sure. Yeah, my objective is to basically hack the light in between them and the fence and just disable the sensor. Confirm that it's a motion sensor, which I assume it is, and then just disable the sensor so that it won't kick the lights on. And then I'll just maintain that after giving them the all clear sign.
Yeah, once I get Leroy across, I'm going to set him down and send a message to Payday. Hey, I'm going to move Silverback next.
All right, you got it.
So I cast Levitate on the steel links.
How much does that bad boy weigh?
Ooh, good question. I don't think they actually list its weight.
I'm going to go with the 4/6. Hopefully it's not more than a metric ton. Well, depending how I roll. That's 4 hits, 800 kilograms.
I imagine that's quite enough.
It's like body 6 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what kilograms space measurements are, so.
It's body 6, yeah.
We're talking like I can lift something like somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,400 pounds, give or take 100 or 200 pounds, because my knowledge of converting kilograms to pounds is not fantastic.
Well, we'll say that that's probably okay.
All right, I will levitate that over next.
All right, one at a time. These are happening.
And Throwback is back from the van, right? He's not wheeling through the jungle?
Correct. I am half a mile back, comfortably sitting in the air conditioning.
Then I will levitate Pillar next.
While you're levitating Pillar, let's go ahead and whoever's got the lowest edge, go ahead and give me a quick edge roll.
My edge is 3.
I think that's
2.
also Pillar, isn't it?
Me and Leroy.
You want to go, or you want me to do it?
I'll do it, buddy.
All right, good. Now it's your fault.
No hits.
All right, well, as you begin to levitate Pillar, as Elric begins to cast levitation, and you've got her off the ground, the spirit contacts Elric. It was a fire spirit, right? Not that it matters, I just want to remember. The fire spirit contacts Elric and says that the pack of hellhounds that it was monitoring is heading in your guys' direction, and it will be there very soon.
Okay, I will send a message out over comlinks immediately. Dogs are heading our way. We got to get in fast. I'm gonna cast a levitate on myself while I'm still sustaining pillars because we got to get the last of us over. And as soon as we're over, I'm going to disable the. I'm gonna drop the spell.
Don't forget Vesper.
Oh wait, there's Vesper. Yes, I'm gonna get her next, then, and then me, and sustain all of them. As I gotta get us over fast. It's a good thing I took some psyche earlier. So let me know how much of this I get done first. I'm gonna just right away quick fire off those. No problem with levitating me. I'm gonna go with I'm going with the Force 4 on Vesper. I'm gonna get 4 hits, so easily enough unless she's amazingly huge. And yeah, I want to make sure I cancel the spells because I know that the hellhounds can see them and they'll stand out more. Come on, we gotta move to break line of sight to the woods as fast as we can in case those dogs show up, and that seems likely.
So I'm gonna sneak off. Give it me. All right, you guys head that way. I'm gonna go this way.
Do we make it over the wall before the dogs show up?
Yes.
Yeah, then I'm gonna follow Leroy. I want to kind of urge people to get inside as fast as I can. I'll be kind of like being pushy from behind, kind of shoving people if I need to.
As you guys get over, the dogs, you see them going around in that area. One of them notices something on the ground and sniffs at it, or seems a little distracted for a second, and then continues to follow the rest of the pack.
Shake my fist.
I send a text to or over DNI. It worked! The meat distracted them from our scent.
All right, so you guys are now in, there's probably, let's say, 20 or 30 meters between the fence and the cabin that is the Houndmaster's cabin. Leroy has gone off in which direction?
So, depending upon what we were coming up here for, I was going to go off to wherever the vehicles were.
I guess Elric's idea would be that, hey, if anybody's going to be the badass to go in and get a knife to the Houndman's throat, Leroy's the guy for that.
You're not helping.
We, between Throwback and me, we got those guns covered. Wait, Throwback, do you have those guns taken care of? Did you Matrix Bolt them yet?
Matrix Bolt. I need to copyright that. No, not yet.
Oh, okay, just for our peace of mind, can you take care of that particular aspect of our agenda, please?
You just get like a thumbs up emoji back, and yeah, I'll gladly take care of that whenever it's convenient.
Oh, sorry, by that I meant now.
Sorry, I was talking to Bobby. I mean, do I need to roll out control of the guns, or are those equally as pathetic of a protected device?
Since these are a little bit more pivotal, I'd rather let's roll it.
Okay, sounds good. I'll go ahead and load up the fork program, so I'll go for both at the same time since I'm doing the same set of actions. I'll do a hack on the fly first, and I got 5 hits on both.
How many hits did you get?
5 hits on both.
On both, I must have missed something. I was looking up. I know you did a hack on the fly.
Yeah, I did a forked hack on the fly. There were 2 heavy machine guns, right?
Oh, right. Okay, so you're saying that it would apply to both. Gotcha.
Yeah, you get to defend each separately against my 5 hits.
I gotcha.
Cool.
I just missed. I just didn't think. All right, so you got a mark on each of them, and one of them you can get 1 extra piece of info, and another one you can get 2.
Cool. Are they slave to anything?
Yes.
All right, so I have marks on something else then now as well?
Indeed. I guess you would know that, wouldn't you? What the marks are on?
Yeah, once it travels up, I get to see the other thing as well. I may not know what it is immediately, but I at least see that I have a mark on it.
Yeah, so you see that you've got a mark on something else now as well, yeah.
Okay. And I guess for my other questions, I'll just identify the guns so that I can forward that information to Payday.
All right. They are indeed RPK heavy machine guns. Question that I'd never really thought of before. If you fork and get one mark on two separate devices that are both slave to one device, does that mean...
I get 2 marks on the master device? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know for certain if anybody else
I'm
knows.
not sure. I could see it ruling either way. It's still just 1 mark on 2 devices, but if you do 2 separate marks on 2 different devices within that, then you would normally get 2 marks. I'm not sure how I'd rule that.
I think...
Up to you.
I think I'm going to rule that you get 1 only because it feels too exploitable.
Yeah, you wouldn't need to ever split your dice rolls. I can look it up later.
Well,
I need to think about it. Like, if I was going to rule that, if I was the GM and the player was Kenji, I would definitely side with Bobby on this.
Because I would just start, if I was a decker and that were the case, I would just find 2 devices attached to anything I ever wanted marks on and just fork all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like a free go big or go home, which is normally a quality. So yeah, that's fair.
Nice try. That's the kind of trick I normally expect from a technomancer.
Ouch.
It wasn't my idea.
Whoa.
That's either high praise or very low praise.
It's both at the same time. Why does it have to be one or the other?
All right, so you've got a mark on this other device. You know what they are, and you've got a mark on these as well.
Okay. So knowing that it was slave to something kind of alerts me. I'm going to relay the information of to Payday and the team. Got control of 2 RPK heavy machine guns, just in case you need to do anything with that before you get access to them. Now it's pretty much up to you. Is 1 mark sufficient to control device, or however the heck you shoot a gun remotely?
I think it takes 3.
Gunnery is a complex action. It takes 3 marks.
Yeah.
Complex.
Perfect. That's right. Yeah. That's right. All right. I don't want to go for 3. I don't know how long I'll have before whoever this master device is notices that they've got marks on their device. So I am going to... what am I going to do? I think Throwback just wants to melt them. He's going to Matrix Bolt them.
You could
so I'm gonna
eject their clips.
Oh, just to clarify, also Elric is totally cool with technomancers and thinks they're awesome and probably doesn't know exactly what they are. It's just Mr. Johnson or Clifton here that is prejudiced against technomancers.
I don't think there's a difference.
Cassie's a technomancer in real life.
Actually, I'm not really prejudiced, but I like to pick on them. Like cats.
All right, so then I'm going to free action control device to have them eject their clips.
All right, well, Leroy, as you're stealthily, by the way, roll a stealth for me, stealthily making your way towards the trucks, you do hear a click, click, and then a kind of loud thud in the back of 2 loud thuds in the back of these trucks. Sounds like metal on metal, and it was pretty loud.
I'll wince. I got 6 hits on a sneaking test as per previous.
Well, they don't hear you, but who knows about that loud noise?
Sure, nothing could go horribly wrong with that.
All right, so Leroy's sneaking up to the trucks. What's everybody else doing right now? Elric and Pillar. Vesper is going to kind of take your guys' lead. She's not at this from here on out. She's not leading anywhere. You guys can, and this is kind of my out of character sort of off table comment here. This is my policy when it comes to NPCs that are joining the party. They pretty much don't do anything unless it's story relevant. So she's just going to follow your lead.
I want to sneak to where the possible prisoners could be. I think we had an idea of that from her, right? So.
Yeah. Now those are the 2 trucks are between the cabin and the quote unquote kennel. So that's the direction that Leroy is headed in as he's headed towards the truck. So you would be going in that same direction and continue past him to these kennels, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think actually I'm just gonna hold back and keep an arm or gun ready and keep a lookout because I know with my sneaking I will probably do more harm than good.
And I'm going to be jumped into Silverback.
Got it.
Did we scrap the idea to go get the guy?
No, I think that's what we were sending Leroy to go do, weren't we?
He's walking towards the barracks.
Hey, Leroy, the cabin's over here.
Yeah, I was just leaving a thing by a place.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of hang back in the shadows. I'm not gonna move right now. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen and trying to keep an eye on things.
All right.
Got my goggles on with their low light and vision enhancement and thermographic sensors.
Well, you guys will notice, anybody by the trucks, from up at the gate, there's a guy with who's walking up. He's got a flashlight. He starts aiming it towards the trucks, and he's like, hey, what are you guys, somebody over there? And he's just walking towards the trucks to check out that noise that he heard.
Does he have like a weapon on him, or?
Yep. He's got slung on his back, or kind of, down by his side more, but definitely not readied. He has a submachine gun.
So what I want to do is, as he's coming up to the truck, I want to sneak around the other side of it to kind of get past him.
All right. Well, he's going to be walking up to. He walks up to the bed of one of the trucks and kind of looks around it, shines his flashlight around. So are you trying to sneak around behind him, or what?
I don't have any intention to perform shenanigans on him. I kind of wanted to get up to the truck. My idea was to steal one of the heavy machine guns. I was going to straight up unbolt it from the mount and carry it. But
all right. Okay. So you're just hiding from that guy right now. Give me another. Well, you rolled that stealth. You're doing pretty good there, but is anybody else? So Pillar, you hung back, and everybody. So you guys are fine. He's gonna look around. He doesn't look around too hard. He points his flashlight and sees nothing going on, and shrugs and walks off.
Ulrich stops holding his breath. That was close.
So are you checking underneath the tarps, because they're covered by tarps?
Sure.
They're mounted in. So they're 2 RPK each. In the back of it is a big RPK heavy machine gun. They're mounted on, I always forget the name of these mounts, but they, you get behind it and you move it around. But those things are, so you'd have to, of course, get it off of that if you wanted it. But that mount itself is like bolted into the bottom with like big heavy duty bolts. You're not getting that off, but you could potentially get it off the mount with some work if you have like a hardware skill or something.
Whatever, just hardware, a couple Molotov cocktails in the gas tank.
Yeah, I don't have any like actual skills in gunnery or automotive mechanics. I was just hoping that I could get a socket wrench and just kind of unhook it from where the gun sits on top of the tripod.
Sure, you can go about doing that, but I'm going to make you roll something anyway.
Sure. What would you like, sir?
Man, armor seems most appropriate.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
I believe it's automotive mechanic to do armor or work on a vehicle.
I think it's still armor in most cases.
The same dice pool for me, anyway.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be logic -1.
This can't go wrong. Hey, I got a hit.
Okay, with some work, you can get it off, but you're going to have to stealth again because, you're using a socket wrench and...
Yeah, that's fine.
You mentioned a flashlight. Isn't it past dawn by this point?
The sun is starting to come up.
Oh, direct. That means I would have needed my fire spirit before then. Let me know exactly when sunrise happens, because that's when my fire spirit goes away.
All right.
I got 2 hits on a stealthily removing this gun.
Okay. You can, so you're underneath a tarp, and you've got a gun that has been removed from this mount, but you're keenly aware of the fact now that it's a big heavy machine gun, which you could probably, you're a big tough guy, you could probably handle that, but anything that you do, it's going to be much more difficult for you to not draw any attention.
I have a heavy machine gun. I think I'm fine drawing attention.
Well, that's your prerogative, I suppose.
Yeah. I will reload it.
I sent a text to Leroy. Hey, what are you doing back there? Can you come and try to capture the Hound Man guy quick here?
He's doing BAMF things.
I was just getting I have a machine gun.
Somebody else is currently in control of that machine gun, just FYI.
You'll probably need that at some point. But I think our plan is to get a knife to this guy's throat first. Or maybe a machine gun to his anywhere.
The way I look at it, and he's gonna flick the wireless off on the machine gun he's got in his hand. I imagine there's a button or something on it. We don't have control of both of the machine guns.
Nice.
Is there just a button on the side of the machine gun?
I'm just picturing that image from The Fifth Element, you know, with the little red button. And, yeah.
I've never really thought about how wireless is turned on and off. You just, do it.
I imagine
Maybe
there
a
must be a
switch or a
physical.
setting or something.
Yeah.
Whether it's actually a manual physical switch or it's in the settings, which might require ownership to be able to mess with, is, I guess, anyone's guess.
I imagine it must be physical because otherwise you could just turn, even a hacker could just turn wireless on.
It would be one of those things like, how would you turn wireless on if there was no physical way to turn wireless on?
Same way you can do it on your phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like on
your
my phone.
phone already
Right,
does
but
a
like-
switch for it.
It's not a physical switch. It's a little switch
Right,
on
but
the
like-
interface.
Like your phone, I have the gun in my hand.
But you don't know the password to my phone.
All right, so a little screen comes on, asks for the password.
And then I poke my Decker friend to take care of that for me.
But a gun, it makes sense to have a physical switch because it's a friggin' gun.
Yeah, it's okay, guys. It's a physical switch.
What is it loaded with, just so that I know?
Well, it's loaded with nothing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna load it.
It's got there's a big belt, cartridge thing of ammunition, big barrel.
Like Leroy doesn't know, but I just wanted so I can have the stats here in case I.
Oh,
get to
it's
shoot
just
it.
regular ammo.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't care. But yeah, no, we'll take that, and I'll try to get my way back over to. Do we want to booby trap the barracks, or do we just want to move on to the big guy for the plan that's not gonna?
I like booby trapping the barracks.
All right, I'm gonna
And
go.
I've got to say, you look totally badass with that machine gun like that. Like, have you ever seen those old Rambo 2Ds?
The what?
Rambo, he'd like walk around with his machine gun.
The two what?
2Ds.
What the frag's a Rambo?
All right, look, I'm gonna go put some bottles underneath the doors on those.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to stop you there.
Sure.
Because as you are on the back of the truck, you're carrying a big heavy machine gun. You have to throw the tarp off of yourself, and you have to move down. You also loaded it up with that barrel of ammunition, all this kind of stuff. You turned off the wireless. You did all this stuff. The guy who was watching the place at the front notices you also at the same time that the shift change is happening with somebody's coming out to head to relieve that guy, and yeah, they both look kind of like movie or almost like double take cartoon style. They both like look at Leroy, look back at each other.
Can I
and
say
look at
mine's
Leroy
bigger?
again. Sure.
So what I want to do is I want to instill in them that it is not worth it, boys.
Sure, you can attempt to intimidate them if you'd like.
Yeah, the first sign of seeing anybody noticing them, I'm going to start activating operations.
Any bonus dice for having a machine gun? Because I have it right now as the physical specialization because of machine gun. I don't know if you want to put anything because it's a machine gun.
I'll give you a +1.
I will edge that. 3.
They're not impressed.
Well,
Can
it's
Pillar
unfortunate
use
for
his
them.
distraction to try to get around the trucks with the people we're here to help?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all going to be rolling initiative at this point.
How many preparations can I have triggered before initiative, if any?
Let's say.
It's 1 per combat turn.
Oh well, then you probably could get. I'll be generous and say 2.
Okay. I've got improved reflexes on myself and on Pillar.
Taking care of the important people.
We're all important. But Pillar's more important.
Aw.
Let's see where everybody's initiatives are. All right, so first up, I guess, will be the Fire Spirit, which is already doing what it's told to do, I guess.
Yep, it's keeping an eye on the Hellhounds. And
Right.
then-
Eon is up. Eon doesn't have anything special to do, so
holding
Payday.
for command. All right. So the scene as it plays out is these guys have essentially spotted Leroy.
Yeah, where was the Silverback at this point? I'm
with-
assuming it
with
would have been
Pillar and Elric and
All right, so probably you wouldn't have noticed necessarily what was going on. Or you may have noticed what's going on, maybe aware, because Payday, made a smart-ass comment, or not Payday, but Leroy, can't get anybody's names right, made a smart-ass comment and everything, so you're probably aware that something's going down, but...
I'm still going to hold off, because as soon as I press that button, it's full auto, so I'm going to hold off bringing out the big guns until gunfire starts happening in case we're going to subdue these guys. I don't know what the plan is yet, so...
Got it. Elric is up.
Okay, I'm going to use a simple action to activate another preparation, and I'm going to use another simple action to...
I think we lost you, buddy.
Oh, sorry. No, I had to think for a second. I'm going to take out this small little plastic bulb. It's got a little thing sticking out the top, almost like a bomb shape, with a sort of a oversized button press. And on the side of it, there's a little spot where you're supposed to put it in your mouth. It's an inhaler of some kind. It's got a little cartoon-like skull and crossbows on it. Back from a much earlier session, it's one of the doses of nitro.
Oh God!
That he acquired with Pillar's help. I think she acquired some doses, and I have 2 of them. I'm going to go ahead and shake that and push down on that button, which pops and breaks something inside and releases this gas, and inhale the nitro. It'll activate after in next combat turn.
All right.
Shit just got real.
I imagine Pillar's face just dropped like mine did. It's like, what?
You remember, like, when we bought those, and I'll take a couple of those, and you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Like, he's talking, I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of weird alchemical preparation. He's like, nitro! It's go time!
Hey, it'll last plenty long for this run. He did his research using Google.
It's Pillar's turn.
What is your... Okay, I don't even remember what I'm doing anymore. I think I'm just going to... those guys are focused on Leroy, right?
Yep.
I'm going to just kind of hightail it to at a nice little combat hustle toward the people that we think were their prisoners at.
All right.
I just got gun out, and headed that way.
All right. How far? What's your movement take you? How far can you go?
Do 20 running.
All right. You can probably get to behind or on the other side of the trucks from Leroy. So their trucks will be between you and the action that's going on.
Okay, yeah, if I can, I'll just run as far as I can get, do a simple action, take cover, and then...
Sure, perfect. You're taking cover behind the trucks.
Done.
Leroy, it's your turn. You're standing there with a HMG in your hand, making you feel pretty powerful. And these guys have both narrowed their brows and looked at you and taken a position at the ready to start moving.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They shouldn't have done that. So I have an important question. What firing mode was this gun on that truck in? Because I don't know, and I just need to kind of calculate some recoil penalties here.
Well, you know what it was.
I mean, maybe?
Here, let's do it was in the first mode, single shot. Does it even have a single shot?
Actually, I lied. I'm
no,
looking at
I think it's just full auto, actually. Most machine guns are just full auto.
It is just full auto.
Well, there you go.
All right, then. Full auto, best auto.
More bullets is best bullets.
Yeah. I'll just pick one of the guys at random. Don't even care.
All right. There's the one that's closest to you, who just came out of one of the barracks.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's 10 bullets coming out of that gun. What's your recoil?
I'm just doing a simple.
Oh, so you're shooting...
I'm actually going to aim this thing, because I don't have any heavy weapon skill.
It would be 6 then, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. I have enough strength for 2, 1 for being alive. This doesn't have any recoil comp built into it, does it? Just stock.
You just took it off its recoil comp.
Yeah, normally being on a truck lets you shoot it a lot.
I mean, yeah, but, maybe I'll put it back. But no, I got 1 hit to full auto this man. He is -5.
Yes, that's true. He does have a -5.
I don't remember this part of the plan. But I like it.
Well, he manages to dive out of the way and barely be grazed by a hail of bullets. But yeah, he barely makes it away. You've definitely expressed your intention, though.
Yep.
Next up is Throwback.
Yeah, I don't remember this part of the plan. What am I gonna do? I think I need to do a matrix perception on the device that I have marks on.
Got it.
To find something out. 4 hits against that.
Okay, you got 2 net hits.
Okay. I need to ask, does this thing have an attack rating?
Indeed it does.
Okay. And I guess do I get to know that attack rating with that question as well? What the rating of it is?
Well, I'll give everybody one generous ruling. So yeah, it's 5. That's your last generous one, though.
Oh man! All right, I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
And as a second, as my other net hit, what was the last action it performed?
Switching matrix attributes.
And does it mention how long ago that was?
Seconds.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
All right. So,
since I was holding, do I get to use that?
You can, since you were holding, you can use it whenever you want.
All right. Well, that guy that Leroy just scared out of the way is going to have a really bad day, I think. So he gets out of the way of one stream of automatic fire right into the next one.
Oh, wonderful. And he gets an extra -1 because of it.
On top of the -5 he's about to get. That's 7 hits.
Whoa, are you kidding? 7 hits? Well, what's the base damage? Because he dodged out of the way of one only to be hit by the next.
Teamwork.
That's right. Base damage is 11p, and Payday high on uppers is cackling maniacally into the radio.
Oh, that's not going to be disturbing to the rest of you.
I think we just had a touching moment between us there as we shared machine gun fire.
Don't cross the streams.
Oh, I was just about to say the same thing.
All right, well, you mow him down. I am not going to spend edge on this early part of the combat. You mowed him down. So one shot was coming from Leroy. He kind of spins out of the way because he was steely-eyed and preparing himself for this, and but what he was not preparing himself for was from around the side of the cabin, a drone opening full auto on him and mowing him down. So he's down.
Oh, sorry, brother. I wasn't supposed to be enjoying it that much.
So the guy that was on guard duty, who was further back, he dives behind or runs behind and takes cover behind the one of the corners of the farther away trailer. And it's the Fire Spirit's turn again. It's Eon. Payday, it's your turn again.
There was a second guy, right?
Actually, the Fire Spirit, I think I gave different orders, didn't I?
You activated. I remember you activating a preparation. Did you give him an order?
Oops, sorry. No, I was deciding between the 2 actions. Sorry, never mind. I'll activate I'll roll the dice for that prep.
All right.
So there was a second goon, correct?
Yep, and he just took cover behind. So yeah, one of them's down, and one of them just took cover behind a trailer.
Is that full cover, I imagine?
Yep.
And that's -6?
Indeed.
If you're doing blind fire, yeah, you can shoot through stuff. If you have a way of targeting them, it would make sense that you might have some idea where to shoot.
I had a pretty good idea. So, -6 appropriate on top of recoil.
Yep.
That's 3 hits.
All right, 1 second. I gotta take care of some math here.
And of course, these are explosive rounds as well.
What happened to shell rounds, man?
Gel rounds, not in Silverback.
I think it was Leroy who said his shotgun had gel rounds.
Pillar just came into this run thinking, yeah, we're just gonna nab this guy, and then suddenly Leroy heavy machine gun.
Yeah, every person went in a different direction.
All right. So,
Elric's been trying to let everyone's plan work, but he expects it to completely devolve into a throwdown combat. So he's just been watching and waiting for that moment.
so like it was a solid plan, disable both of the, digitally take control of one of the guns, physically take control of one of the other ones, and then like these two mooks saw me with a machine gun in my hands. What else are you gonna do?
Well,
Our
you
plan
sneaking over to
was
steal
for
a
the-
machine gun?
Plan was for the digital guy to digitally do this.
That was his job.
Hey, Leroy is just doing what Leroy does.
But Elric is
That's
definitely
true.
not going to criticize Leroy. He thinks he's very happy with your course of actions, actually.
I mean, my next motion was going to be to sneak over to the barracks and leave them little presents that could be detonated by a fire spirit later on.
Pillar
Wait, that
puts
was
her
your
next
plan
points
after
into
opening
leadership.
up with a heavy machine gun?
Well, no, after taking the heavy machine gun.
If I didn't have only one charisma right now, I would definitely use some leadership command.
All right, you idiots.
Oh no, your Nova Coke wore off?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Maybe you should take another dose.
Yeah, so we had a sane plan, and suddenly,
Snort a line off the bumper of that pickup.
see, I feel that it should be additional note that not only did Leroy go for the heavy machine gun to chuck our sane plan out of the window, but also Elric decided to take some nitro.
Right? I'm not the only person making ridiculous decisions here.
I've been saving it for a very special occasion. This seemed like a very appropriate course of action.
I believe it wasn't popped until after one of us now had a heavy machine gun in their inventory, correct?
And
I
you were
didn't-
spotted by the enemy.
I just can't wait to see you make that addiction roll.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
Payday with your 3 hits. What would be your modified damage? You said it's base 11 plus the
11p,
3.
yes.
Okay. Does explosive have any armor penetration plus or minus?
-3.
It's minus, really? Explosives? Oh, okay.
Well, it's
No,
plus
no,
one
no,
of the
minus
damage,
3 to your
minus
armor.
1 of the AP of the weapon.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the gun already had an AP of minus something or other 4?
Yeah, I've got it all factored in through Hero Labs
Got
already.
it. Okay. Done. It's the next person's turn. You shot through the wall of this thing near the corner. If you could see through walls, you could see if anything happened. So the next person to go is Elric.
Okay, I'm going to spend a simple action to order my spirit, and I conjure in my mind the thought of that guy with all the lost essence in that one particular trailer. I order my spirit to kill that person, and then I'm going to recklessly cast. Do I see any targets?
No.
Oh, never mind. I don't recklessly cast at them. But I can only activate 1 preparation per combat turn. It does come in handy from time to time, so I'm going to go ahead and recklessly cast Magic Fingers. We'll go with Force 3. And I max it out, no drain. That's it for me, by the way.
Let's see. Pillar, you're next.
I'm gonna keep moving and try to get to that area where the prisoners are.
I mean, you're able to you will be at the front of that truck until the next combat turn. So
Okay, that's my only goal. I can do
Alright,
a sprint
cool.
check, Bill. Give me that.
yeah, I
faster.
mean, you can. It's not much further. Maybe like 8 or 10 meters further if you wanna push it.
Yeah, I got 5 hits. That means I can go another 10 meters.
All right. Well, you make it to there's a door to these kennels. It's kind of like a wooden door. Nothing too special. It was like, it was thrown together by somebody.
Wait, 5 hits? Damn, Pillar can run.
Yeah, you guys all see. If anybody bothers to see, Pillar is like just hauling ass, taking advantage of the distraction and bullets flying, and is just hauling it to these kennels. All right, Leroy, you're up. You got a big machine gun, and nobody to shoot at.
How unfortunate. How close am I to the barracks?
It's probably 40 meters away. That's the closer one. The further one, probably more like 70.
All right, I'm gonna move closer. I'm gonna move to the closer one. Probably use my full movement since I haven't moved yet. Drop the machine gun at my feet when I get there. Pull the Molotov and hurl the Molotov at the building.
Wait, which building?
One of the barracks. Do you just want like a throwing weapons or?
Yep.
All right, 3 hits. Man, I really need to buy these other murder skills.
Man, all this fire and none of it's my fault.
All right. Well, where did you hit the threshold just fine? Where did you want to hit it? Where did you want to land it?
Preferably on one of the doors if that is within my range. If not, I'll just hit the side of the building that's got the most flammable junk piled up against it.
You can hit the door.
Sure. Fire door.
All right. Well, there's it hits and shatters and spreads flaming liquid.
Yeah, that's me.
Throwback.
I'm gonna get a second mark on the presumably cyber deck.
All right.
I had to spend a point of edge, but I can keep all 7 hits.
All right. You get another mark.
All right, that's my turn.
And you got you could get was that hack on the fly?
That was yes, hack on the fly.
All right. So you can ask another question.
Tell me one of the programs it has running. It's a good way to root out a technomancer.
Don't know why you say that. I run Fork all the time.
Well, yeah, a newbie technomancer.
Yeah, Fork is definitely one of those cyber programs well worth spending an echo on.
For sure. Or 50 new yen, if you're a real Matrix person.
There are currently no... Wait.
If you finish that sentence, you're going to scare me to crap.
Just running armor.
Alright, I'll take it. And yeah, that's my action.
Okay. So the fire spirit is going next. He's going to... How is he going to... well, he's going to have to manifest first.
Yeah, he will materialize this pass.
Yeah, materialize. That's the word I mean. So that's that.
I use manifest all the time interchangeably. But
Yeah. Well, we like to be precise with our language here. Let's see. Eon is still not doing anything.
Hanging out right now, waiting to be told what to do.
Payday.
So the guy didn't emerge from what happened there, did he?
Nobody is currently in line of sight.
Okay, well, I will hold and wait to acquire a new target. Actually, no, I won't. So Pillar went running off, correct?
Yes. You make it sound so bad, but she did run, yeah.
she's still in the compound, moving towards our objective.
She's
She's
charging.
the only one going toward the objective
I will
right now.
I will jump out of Silverback, leaving Silverback on standby, and into Party Girl. She's a distance off still in the forest, but she's pretty fast, and I'm going after Pillar.
All right, got it. Elric, you still have one turn.
Do I see any people, like anybody Leroy's running up to, or
Nope.
anybody drawing a bead on him?
Nope, just Leroy standing in front of one of the trailers with his machine gun, or his borrowed machine gun. It's not yours, Leroy. It's on the ground, and he just threw a Molotov cocktail at the door.
So using my wand, which is my fetish here, I'm going to introduce a spell that I've had since the very beginning, but have yet to use. How big
Oxygenate.
is that? How big is that trailer? How long?
Oh boy, man.
Because I will overcast this motherfragger if I have to.
Sounds like you're casting the best spell.
27 meters in length.
Good God!
But if I'm right, you only have to cover the door.
Right, those are some long trailers.
It's a double wide, but that's the length.
Okay, and I'm referring to the ones that the people are using for barracks.
Yep.
Okay, change of plans. They're too big. How big is that cabin that has a hound band in it?
I'm gonna say it's similarly lengthed. Maybe 25. Let's say 25.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, I'm afraid it's going to encompass part of the building, which might be potentially dangerous, but I'm okay with dangerous at this point. I'm going to go ahead and cast a Force 9. Oh, frag. Let's make it a Force 10 Firewall spell.
Oh my god.
So 20-meter radius, kind of centered on the beginning or the middle point of that building. So it's going to be a dome that will light that wooden cabin up and burn it to shreds, and anyone who tries to escape will have to pass through a wall of fire that is partially inside the building.
Well,
and
then.
this is probably going to hurt me a lot on my drain.
Nitro, ladies and gentlemen.
It hasn't kicked in yet, technically.
Dear God.
Oh, that's scary.
But I've never been one to undercast a fire spell.
So it'll hurt for a second, and then feel warm, delicious rush.
All right, using edge on the spell, because this had better be badass. That leaves me with 8 hits. So it is very flamey. And that is above my magic attribute, so I will also use my other edge on my drain roll. It leaves me with 4 points of physical drain as Elric's skin starts to blacken and crackle and give off smoke. And he's got 2nd degree and in some cases 3rd degree burns all over his body. In a few cases, only 1st degree burns. I took 4 physical from drain. Ouch.
Pillar, you gotta talk to this boy.
But that is a very impressive fire dome on that house.
Intense.
Oh, my initiative goes down by 1, which doesn't matter for this combat turn.
Is Firewall in Street Grimoire?
It's basically kind of like a physical barrier spell, except that people can actually move through it, but they take damage. I think it is in Street Grimoire. It might be shadow spells, though.
All I know
Street
is
Grimoire.
Oh, I'm
It's the
stupid.
first time I've used it.
I have your character open in a Hero Lab. I can just look there for the details.
it's a bad day to be a racist so far.
Well,
It'll be a short day to be a racist. Is what it's going to be.
thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. This would not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at Patreon. So if you like the show and if you want to help support it, please head on over to patreon.com/complexaction. Supporting can get you access to GM notes and even the ability to vote on the direction that the story will take. That's patreon.com/complexaction to help out. There were several NPCs and organizations which have been injected into the world of this actual play, and in this episode they featured the Troll Benevolent Society by Eric L. Thank you very much for your support. Also, the character art you've seen on our YouTube page and various other social media places was done by Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.tumblr.com. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.